Sir.
It should be around here.
Sorry, I'm late. No, that's fine. Yes. No, what happened with the missile?
Oh man, she was pissed. She forgave me in the end.
Why am I even here? Shit. What? Who? Mom, wait!
Grace, come on, keep moving.
I'm coming!
Grace, hurry. Keep moving.
Hello? Who's that?
Grace, come on. Come on in, Grace.
I'm calling the police.
No, don't go.
Hello?
Get away! Get away from me! Oh, shit! Stay away! What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Don't do anything stupid.
Me? Never.
whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, what the hell, lady?
Help!
Get Brentwood locked down.
What? Is it something to do with Victor?
Yeah. He's the one to thank for all the excitement. Shit!
Out of the way! Move it!
Can't let him get away. 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 I broke my damn hatchet. Let's make this quick.
breathing. Oh my God. Yes. Don't come any closer! Come
We care for quite a few long-term patients here, all undergoing experimental therapies developed by Dr. Gideon.
Experimental therapies.
Yes, it's all very cutting edge. The facility keeps a low profile due to the sensitive nature of the research.
Oh, I bet it does. That went well.
So Resident Evil is full of iconic locations that are so memorable that some of us can remember every single room and hallway in our favorite buildings within the franchise. Seriously, I can literally picture the entire blueprint of at least 8 different locations in the franchise based on memory alone. That's how impactful these areas are, and the settings of each Resident Evil game arguably make or break how truly great these games turn out. So on this episode of Nerd Space Games, I'm honoring the immersive and atmospheric settings of the Resident Evil series by giving you guys my top 10 favorite locations in the RE franchise. Side note, I'll be dividing different set pieces as different entries for this video. For example, instead of including the clock tower, RPD station, and other locations of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis as a collective entry for Raccoon City, the streets of RC and each of those locations will act as a different entry onto the today's list. Makes sense? Before we get started though, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe for more survival horror content. Also hit that like button if you enjoyed today's topic. Finally, I do have an official shop for the channel that currently features a single design inspired by Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 5. So if you want to support the channel, consider picking up some merch by using the link in the description down below. But with that out of the way, my name is Ruben with Nurse Games, and here are the top 10 best settings in Resident Evil. Let's get it. Number 10, Raccoon City Zoo, Resident Evil Outbreak File Number 2, Wild Things Scenario. We start off the list with a really underrated entry in my opinion, the Raccoon City Zoo, the main setting of the Wild Things scenario in Resident Evil Outbreak File Number 2. Wow, that's actually a mouthful. Anyway, the two Outbreak games feature multiple different scenarios, with each scenario focusing on a different location within the infamous Midwestern town of Raccoon City. And while a lot of these locations, like Raccoon University and the abandoned hospital, are deserving of a spot on today's list, my personal favorite location between both games is the Raccoon City Zoo. Yeah, I just feel like the Wild Thing scenario is the best scenario in Outbreak, and a big part of that comes from the setting of the scenario. Because the game is set inside of a zoo, a majority of the enemies that you'll come across aren't your traditional slow-moving zombies, but rather T-virus infected animals. For example, you have to face off against alligators, hyenas, and even lions in order to make your way through the zoo.
Well, Clarissa had her fight. It went well. I mean, because she's a undisputed champion, like 3 different weights, right?
Oh my God, yeah, man. She's the best in the world right now. Actually, the face of boxing right now. Actually, it's about to come out soon. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but actually, the top ticket seller right now in boxing, if not the number 1, definitely top 3. Right now, like.
Are you talking about, you mean men and women?
In boxing, period.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
I mean, Clarissa has made a lot of history that man or woman hasn't done in boxing. Like she's done a lot of historical, monumental things. And by the way, that fight that she had went amazing, flawless victory, man. She won every round. It was crazy.
Okay, she had an amazing fight, and then things were relatively quiet. And then what happens next?
Yeah. So before he even disrespected us, which I kind of think was a crutch, you know what I'm saying, or a scapegoat, he had a situation with Mano, Jim Jones, and everybody on the Let's Rap About It podcast, right? Mm-hmm. He already had disrespected them. I don't know exactly what he did, because I don't pay the nigga no mind. Like I said, he blocked me a long time ago, man, you know what I mean? So I really don't know what be going on, but I did remember that he disrespected them, and they did what they were supposed to do. As MCs, them niggas went in the booth, handled their business, they went at him. So when they went at him, the pressure was on them because everybody was saying, yo, you gotta respond. You called these dudes out, you disrespected them, now they responded in the booth. The whole situation went viral, crickets. You don't hear nothing from him, he goes into hiding. So when he initially disrespected me and Clarissa, that was my response. I said, no. Don't try to, you know what I'm saying, get away from what you gotta handle. I said, yo, respond to Fab and Mano and them, man. You gotta go and handle that. Don't try to detour and make everybody forget about that coming over here fucking with me. Go handle that. So when he did the disrespect to me, I'm gonna let you know right now, a lot of people don't know this because they got the false narrative online, his bots. You know, he got a bunch of bots that come to your page, a bunch of weirdos. He hides on his fake page. They come with the false narratives, the paid posts, the paid YouTubers, all the shit they got going on, right? It's weird. Social media is weird right now. It's in a weird space. By the way, what Meek Mill said is some real shit. When we get back to that later. So they came with the false narrative because eventually he went fucking with T.I. But before he even fucked with T.I., I already had my diss record done. If you go to my page, he disrespected me January 1st. You can see pictures from my video shoot on January 11th. I just didn't release it because Clarissa had the fight coming up and he's a major distraction. So I said, after the fight, I'm gonna drop it. In the process of me holding it, he done fuck with T.I. and T.I. and King and all them, shout to them, they start tearing his ass up, pause. You know what I'm saying? So I was just waiting till after the fight to drop mine, but it been done.
Well, you had a Many Men freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
That was before Agent Provocateur?
Probably like, they came like close to the same time, like probably a day or two before each other. I had all of that done. Soon as he disrespected me, I went in the studio, I did the car ride situation, I did all that. But I just said I'm not gonna drop it until after the fight. So to answer your question, my freestyle and my song and my video was shot immediately. Cause I was just to the point where I said, I'm tired of this nigga, man. This nigga always playing these disrespectful games, trying to undermine people and all that. Like, I'm gonna give him what he's looking for.
Well, he did drop the response record to Mano and Fabulous and them. The song with Max B. Now, that was already a Max B song, and he kind of inserted himself, in terms of the verses on that song.
Shout to Max B, but that was trash. That joint was trash. His part was trash. Let me say that. His shit was trash.
But Max B, there was an AI video with that song with Max B in it, but Max B didn't actually record that song with 50. 50 kind of just jumped on the song and just used the chorus to kind of back up what he was doing with the other guys.
I seen that they made an announcement that they had something coming, so I think it was a real joint, as opposed to him just jumping on it, because I think like a week or so before that, they announced that, hey, we got something coming real soon. And then later on, it came out.
Are you sure about that? Because I remember I had Mano on recently. He said, no, that was a song that Max B already had out. If you're on the song, you're co-signing it.
Right.
If you're doing
the song, hold on, relax. First of all, relax.
Okay.
The song had already been done. Did you know that?
Which song?
That song.
The 50 song?
It's not a 50 song, it's a Max B song.
Oh.
See, this is why I said he was trying to use him as a pawn, because that song was already done.
Huh, okay, I didn't know
That's
that.
the first song he dropped when he came home.
Oh, with the same NWA
everything.
beat? Okay, got it. Okay, I didn't realize that.
50 got on it later on.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh.
Yeah, the song, I think the song was out, but him getting on a remix is something that they announced was coming soon. Like, he didn't just jump on it like how we used to do coming up, where a dude put out a song, you just jumping on without them even knowing. Max B was fully aware that he was on the record, because I seen some type of content on the gram where they announced that it was coming.
Got it. Now, wasn't it that song where he's like, I'm not even gonna respond to you because you have no hits or something like that?
Well, when he said that, he actually showed a picture of Dave East when he said, "Yo,
that was Dave East.
Yeah,
My
he said,
bad.
I ain't gonna respond to you. And then somebody made a meme with that on it. I think he posted it eventually, because a lot of the stuff he posts, man, people be thinking it's him, but he really just be re-sharing shit that be on the gram. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was a meme with that about me, but he in the record, he showed Dave East when he said that.
Well, you released Agent Provocateur.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of bits in it, and that I'm gonna, kind of go through. So the first one is you're claiming that he got, that he lied about getting shot 9 times. It was really 5 times.
Yeah.
I've heard that before, sort of, but I'm not really sure if it's true. Like, well, how do you know it was 5 instead of 9?
Well, you gotta understand, I'm really from New York. I grew up here my whole life, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the kids in the suburbs and people from out of town, they don't really know the truth about him. But us in New York, we been knew that was cap. The whole I got shot 9 times thing was cap. We been knew that. There was various situations and various times when that information came out from very reliable sources. You know what I mean? When we knew it was true, that the nigga lied about how many times he got shot. And even recently, the mother of his child did an interview. She was there when he got shot, and she even said it. But to answer your question, everybody from the town, man, know that whole shit was cap. Like, we been knew that. But I noticed that in hip hop though. When you go to certain cities, you find out things about artists that you didn't know. But their hometown, they know the real deal. But people out of town and from a distance, they don't really know what's going on. But it's been proven, man. It's been out there for a while.
Well, there's a line, you even hate on your own crew. Why you dissing Banks? Is it because he's nicer than you or because he's just a snake? So you think that Lloyd Banks is nicer than 50 Cent?
It's not even close. Hell yeah. You kidding me?
I'm gonna have to disagree.
I think
with
50
you on
Cent
this
would tell
one,
you
man.
that, man. You kidding me?
No, man. Come on.
Lyrically?
Come on. If you look at their catalogs, and listen, shout out to Lloyd. You know, me and him have our history, but just taking a step back, and if you look at the catalogs and the number of songs that reacted from 50 Cent versus Lloyd Banks, it's not even close.
I don't care about none of that, Vlad. With all due respect to you, I don't care about none of that. Let me tell you something. No Lloyd Banks on those mixtapes when 50 was coming up. No, what was it, 13 million records sold, the whole success, none of that happens without Banks. If you look at the mixtape run, which actually propelled him to the level that he's at, you had to be nice back then, bro. You had to have bars. And Banks was the one carrying the heavy load back then, bro, pause. Banks was the one killing shit lyrically. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a nigga to take that away from a nigga. I tell you that straight up and down. You know what I mean? Lloyd Banks is the one that really built that shit on his back, bro. I'm telling you. Like, when we was listening to them freestyles, the singing shit was cool that he was doing. You know what I'm saying? When he stole Josh style and all that. And, you know, he had his back and forth with Murder Inc. That shit was comical. It was cool. But lyrically, if you really listen, it was Banks who was really going crazy back then, bro.
Well, look, at the end of the day, we could agree to disagree. You're a rapper and a lyricist, so obviously you have a different viewpoint on this that I don't have as someone who doesn't write lyrics. But I think both of us will actually agree that, you know, Lloyd Banks may be the better lyricist, but overall 50's a better songwriter.
I think that's a gimmick. It's a very false narrative in hip hop, man. It's just something to make these dudes feel like they're something that they're not. Like let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you. Guys like, and I don't want to just make it about Banks, because it ain't about Banks. You asked about it, so that's where we at. But I think guys like Lloyd Banks, people never want those type of guys to get their proper respect and just do, because if they do, if the real lyricists get the props that they deserve, these other guys can't exist. So they gotta make it seem like, oh, he's a better songwriter, because that shit is just, it makes it easy. Laffy Taffy was a hit. It don't take no talent. They don't take no talent to do it. And shout out to them. I'm not disrespecting them guys, man. You know what I'm saying? But I understand the essence of hip hop, and I'm not one of those guys who judge artists off of felonious bullshit and fluff. Drake and all of these guys already pointed out that they buying their own records, they doing fake streams and all that. So the success of an artist, I don't judge a man by that, because a lot of that is fluff and fake anyway.
Look, shout out to D4L. Laffy Taffy was a hit, but that was really the only hit they ever had, right? When you look at 50's career, he had hit after hit after hit after hit, and he wrote hits for other people as well. So we can't take away the musical impact that 50 had.
I didn't see that part.
I'm pretty sure when Get Rich or Die Trying came out, I'm pretty sure you liked that album.
Yeah, I said it on the song.
Right.
I said that. After Get Rich or Die Trying, though. Let me tell you something, right? Okay, you pointed out that he said, I don't have a hit or whatever, right? Right? You brought that up. You mentioned that, right? Okay, so that gives me the right to respond to that comment, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I gotta do it like this, Vlad, because nowadays this internet shit is weird. So they just make it seem like I'm saying what I'm about to say out of nowhere. I'm responding to this hating ass nigga, to what he said, right? Two things I want to say. When he said that, I said to myself, I said, damn, this nigga Ben fell off a long time ago. Why he talking about a hit record for? That was just my natural instinct kicking in, right? When he said it, I said, I know it's been a long time since this nigga been hot on a musical level. Let me see how long it was. So I did what people do nowadays, right? I Googled it. When was the last time 50 Cent had a hit record? Because he said it about me. I'm doing my fact check. It said 2005. Vlad, it's 2026. So you mean to tell me you disrespect an MC, because I consider myself an MC, like me, and when I respond to you, your leg to stand on is a hit record that you haven't had since 2005? That's what you think makes you better than me? I disagree. Oh, and
Well,
the other thing
there's the
was this.
line.
This was very funny to me, very strange to me.
Go ahead.
Because he always been a hater, man. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of like situations like this because when you know somebody's been secretly hating on you for a long time and it finally comes out and they get to say the hating ass shit that they've been saying behind closed doors and moving little weird chess pieces and shit, you get to see it come out. But what was very interesting was when he said, yo, he hasn't had a hit, right? And then in the same breath, the nigga quoted one of my biggest hits. Oh yeah, you know your girl was bucket naked. That was one of the biggest songs I had. Was killing it in the clubs, all over the radio. You know what I'm saying? Doing amazing. So that was strange to me. You know what I mean? When the record was out, doing extremely well, you never tweeted about it. You never, which I don't want nothing from you. You don't owe me nothing.
Well, you had the line, try to take Mayweather money, put you in your place. Heard the story about how Floyd punched you in your face.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard of Floyd punching 50 in the face.
You didn't? I did.
Really?
Yeah, he said it himself. Go look it up now. Now that after this, you mean to tell me when I
he had?
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
When you heard that, you ain't go do your due diligence?
Okay. I do remember this one time. Okay. If you're talking about this story, I remember hanging out at G-Unit offices with 50, and I remember him telling the story. This was right around the time that Floyd caught his domestic violence situation. Way back then, right? This is what we're talking about?
Nah, I want to hear what you're talking about specifically, so
Okay.
I'll tell you.
So we were hanging out in the office, right? And he was telling us a story. There was a few of us there. And basically he was at Floyd's house, and Floyd was like joking around, and he had this big bag of money, right? The big the big Louis bag filled with money. And he was like, yeah, and I'm about to get this money here, and then we're about to do this here, whatever else. And 50 was like, oh, word, I'm gonna take this from you. And he like grabbed it, and he turned around, and Floyd just out of like reflex just kind of like jabbed him, like I think like in the back of the head or the shoulder or something.
You
like
quoting this story, or you telling it from like somebody?
No, he told me the story.
Okay, I'm listening. Yeah.
That's what he said. And then he turned around and he was like, yo. And then I was like, no, chill out. But it's not like Floyd actually punched him in the face. He just sort of kind of like, when he grabbed the bag, he sort of like did like a little jab just out of reflex. And then, they just sort of laughed it off. That's what I heard.
Nah, that's not
I didn't hear that. I did not hear that Floyd actually punched 50
Oh,
in the
nah,
face.
that's not what I heard.
That's not the story you heard?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
All right, what's your story?
Not like that. That's like a downplay, you know what I'm saying? When you get punched in your face and you want to downplay it. It was a situation where something to that degree where the bag of money, he wanted Floyd to pay him some. I don't like to get into grown man business too much because I'm not there in the flesh. But long story short, he felt like he was entitled to some of the bread that Floyd had, I think from a wrestling event or something like that. So he's like, yo, where my cut at type shit. And in the process of that, he tried to grab the money. Physically, he did something to Floyd, like some little weird shit. And Floyd knocked him upside his motherfucking head, man. That's what happened. Now, I understand if that's your let me finish.
He literally
I understand
said the
if that's your
story in the
man, and
room.
I get it, bro. I know how you are, you know what I'm saying? Me and you've been cool for years. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. But, he tried to downplay it, man. At the end of the day, where we from, you don't let nobody put their hands on you, bro. I don't care who it is. It could be Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather. Like, you gotta stand up, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You can't just downplay it just because you laughing about it like it's cool. Nah, they gonna punch you upside your mouth. They gonna go upside your noggin, bro, and it's a go. Nah, sorry.
I mean, but they were still friends at that point. Like they literally got on the phone with each other.
Yeah, you
He's like,
better
I'm
get
gonna
on the
fly
phone
out,
with me.
come
You
see
better be my friend and don't ever try to grab my money again, nigga. Most of the times when you knock a bully upside their head, they want to be your friend. They want to be your friend after that most of the time.
Okay, but look at the situation for a second, okay? Let's just say me and you are at your house, right? I'm at your house, and you got a big bag of money. And I grab the bag.
Nah, that's not what happened, though.
No.
It was a conversation first.
Do you really think I'm going to get away with that bag?
No, it wasn't that, though. You're leaving the part out.
Like...
You're leaving out a key part. He felt like he was entitled to some of that bag. He actually verbalized that. This man told the story himself, by the way. You know You know what I'm saying? He told this story publicly. He felt like he was entitled to some of that bag. He verbalized that. Floyd disagreed with that. Long story short, the altercation broke out. It happens every day, Vlad. Dudes you thought you was cool with, y'all get into a little scuffle. You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
Okay, so there's the line, black child poked you up, left you with the shakes. Bruno Carvalho yapped your chain and ended up with a case. Okay, so the black child situation, I know, it was a whole, was it at the Hip Factory situation where 50 got cut by Black Child.
Oh, so you sure it wasn't
me
like...
and Tony Yayo have a famous clip, when we talked about it, he tells me to shut the fuck up. I don't know if you
50 got stabbed that day, right? He didn't get stabbed.
Vlad, shut the fuck up with that shit.
Okay.
That meme came out of that whole situation. So that's that. I mean, that's established.
But let me ask you a question before you go. You sure Black Child wasn't just playing around and he just stuck the knife out a little bit?
No,
or did he really get stabbed?
It was an actual fight.
Oh, okay, because whenever it's this guy, it seems like we downplaying when he get punked, but keep going.
I'm not downplaying. No, well, listen, I heard he got stabbed. Yayo said it was a scratch. I wasn't
See what
there.
I'm saying? See, you gotta watch the tactics. He's very clever, man. He's very clever. Watch this guy.
But there was some knife play at hand.
Knife play, I like that. I like that, knife play.
We got that. There was knife play at hand, right? So who is Bruno Carvalho?
Bruno Carvalho is the dude. By the way, this is the craziest shit I ever seen happen to a rapper in my life, by the way. I'm gonna keep it a buck, Vlad. Like, I grew up on the borderline of Bed-Stuy and Brownsville. Seeing this right here was the craziest shit I ever seen happen to a rapper. Bruno Carvalho, I hope I'm saying his name correctly because he's actually from the motherland, from Africa. He's the guy who, when 50 Cent was performing on stage, who came on the stage, put his arm around him, and yapped him. You ever heard Annie Up from M.O.?
That went well. Well, that went well. Well, that went well. Well, that went well.